Okay, in this video I'm going to cover the scripting module. This is not required for, it won't be used by your beginner, advanced intermediate, or intermediate user. Even the advanced user probably won't use this. If you have any desire in doing any programming, or if you have any desire of seeing behind the scenes what Google Script looks like for something like the transaction generator, which I showed you in the prior video, this is where you do that. You're going to go to Tools, Script Editor. And if you haven't already logged in to the or been required to authorize via the DIY1 menu, you will probably be required to do it before you get access to this thing. So what you have here is you have a bunch of tabs down the left. These tabs, you could think of them as scripting files. And for example, there's an OpenGS. So this is the code that actually creates the DIY1 software menu. So onOpen is a standard routine that's called every time the file opens, and this actually creates this menu here. Going down further, there's an onEdit, so you can actually put listening objects in, or listening routines in, which are listening to every keystroke you make. And if you make a keystroke that matches a program, it'll run a routine. I'm not using that in here at all. There's an example of this in here because I was futzing around with it for some things, so you can see what it looks like, but this isn't active in this spreadsheet. There's a standard functions that I use. These are just standard routines that I use. There's not a whole lot of them in here, actually only two. There's show hide hidden headers. So a lot of the information I was showing you on the DIY menu is shown here. Show and hide tabs is there. Show and hide the sidebar. And there's an example of how you show and hide the sidebars. Then the transaction generator code is down here. So this will show you how I take those master transactions and convert them into large data lists and then push those lists. And then here's the subroutines that go along with that master function. And then down below here are some of the HTML files that are being used to fill that sidebar. This is a super powerful scripting system, scripting module that goes along with it. It's fairly complex to get the hang of if you're not familiar to programming. If you are, it's not too bad as long as you have somebody walk you through it. I have another video that go into a lot more detail about security related to this file and this scripting module in detail, which will get you more into their libraries. We don't use any libraries here. That's what makes this a standalone file. But the other video will give you a lot more information if you have more interest in learning about this. When you're done with this, you just close it and you can go back to your Google Sheet. That scripting module is an embedded portion of this Google Sheet. You cannot get to that file other than through this sheet.